a win against Arsenal, even at home, is huge. It really is. I've also just realised I've not put this light on. Absolutely outrageous. What kind of amateur production is this, Stu? Come on now. How's it going, everyone? My name is Stu and welcome to my FM24 save here with Deportivo La Coruña. Thank you for joining me in today's video, which is part number 42, where we've got a Champions League game against Arsenal, followed by a league game against Deportivo Alaves. And if you're excited to see how we get on in both of those games, don't forget, leave a big like on the video for me. And don't forget to subscribe as well. Completely free to do so. You'll put a big smile on this face right here. What's not to love? So, since you were last with me, well, yeah, it's going pretty well. If you've not watched the save up until this point, first of all, welcome. Have a lovely time. Put your feet up, relax. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to catch up with the save, playlist up top. Go and have a look at that. But things are going very well. We are in Season 6. If you have been watching, you'll already know that. And, well, what a start to the season it's been. Now, there is an elephant in the room on that screen, and that is a formation change. We did have a very good start to the season. Very, very good. However, despite the fact that we did get some goals for Johnny Salvador early on, I was a bit worried he was getting a little bit on the isolated side. There was just bits about his play where he was scoring, but he was getting a little bit isolated. So we have actually changed formation. And all things considered, I consider it to be a success so far. We've gone to a 4-2-3-1 with a DM. Just to show you what that looks like. Ironically, it's a very similar formation to the one we started the save with, and then because it started to go wrong, we moved to the 4-3-3. You know, it is what it is. Now, the only real problem is Veloso is not an actual defensive midfielder. We are training him. We are playing him a lot. He is getting that, and he's getting that as a roaming playmaker. Never used a roaming playmaker in my life. But Joe Veloso is actually looking like he could be a relatively decent roaming playmaker. I mean, he's got some sevens in there. Ignore those two because those are friendlies, but did well in that position for 56 minutes against Real Madrid. We then did take him off, I think, due to injury. It was only a minor one. Did well against Racing Santander. Average games against Galatasaray and also against Celta Vigo. We only played less than half a game for Celta Vigo. But, I mean, against Granada, he did really well as well. Girona, it wasn't too bad. He's doing a good job in that role, and he's not even proficient as it yet. He's still only half a star, but he's still doing well. His goal output isn't that high, but we don't need it to be. Neither is his assist, but again, he's a deep position. The better he gets, the higher that will go. But he's having an impact in play. He's getting forward. He's doing things well, and it's allowing the guys up front to kind of get things going. And I think Salvador has definitely, I think, benefited from it as well. Yes, he did miss a couple of games. They were friendlies, to be fair. But I think he has benefited from it as well. I mean, he scored. He got an assist against Girona, scored a couple against Lille and Granada, got a couple against Bilbao. Didn't play well against Madrid, but it is Madrid. And Santander, he got a goal as well. I mean, he's actually been a sensational striker since we brought him in. He really has. He's been really looking the part. He's getting better and better. He is a superstar. He's got a big release clause. I think at some point we're going to struggle to hold on to him. But yeah, form is going well. The league table at the moment, we're the only unbeaten side in La Liga. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I don't think it's going to last. I think like when we come up against Barcelona, we haven't played them yet. We've played against Real Madrid. We got a draw against them. The Barcelona game that's going to be up and coming eventually, that's going to be the one where I think we're going to lose. And you know what? I'm okay with it. I can live with that. It's not a problem. But yeah, it is what it is. But we are doing very, very well. Now, in terms of transfer business, I feel like we did absolutely no business since last time you saw us. That is correct. No other business got done. Very happy with the squad. We do have an injury to Adam Hlajek at the moment, so it does mean that Maria is getting a lot more game time. He's very hit and miss. He is a good player. He's still getting used to the size. I do think he would be better if he was playing inside, but it is what it is at the moment. He's had 3 rotten games in a row, which is not great. I did mess around with him being an inside forward for a couple of those games as well. It is what it is. I think he'll be fine. We just need to continue to give him a bit of game time, but we also need to give him a bit of a break when Hlajek comes back. So that's how things are going. So, oh yeah, Champions League. I probably should show the Champions League group as well, shouldn't I? So Champions League at the moment is looking like this. Again, very good. Only played the 2 games, but a win and a draw. I'm happy with that. Now, we are coming up against an Arsenal side who, as far as I can see, are in the top. They are. I couldn't see them for a moment. They are in that top 8, that kind of Goldilocks zone. They've won both of their games against Inter and AC. What a first couple of games. That is in the Champions League, by the way. Inter and AC Milan. This is an Arsenal side, by the way, who have actually won a Premier League since the save began. Let's just go back and have a look because I'm curious of what this is. So Man City won the first season in the save. Arsenal finished second. I mean, that's a very familiar top three, isn't it, in recent times? The following season, Arsenal actually won, beating Man City. Man City fell down to third. Then Man City won it again and again and again. And that's this season. And Arsenal are currently fifth. So they've won it, but they've suffered since. Anyway, that's completely off topic. This is the 11 that we're going to be using for the game against Arsenal, where we're probably going to get smashed. So it is Karnasecki in goal, Martinez, Vandenberg, Herculano and Ilic in defence, Veloso and Bietic in holding midfield positions, with Maria Navarro and Furic supporting Salvador up front. Let's get into the game and see what happens. I don't know, if I'm honest, I genuinely don't know whether it was the right thing to do to change the formation, because we weren't playing badly and the 4-3-3 has served us well. I just felt like the striker was getting isolated. I felt a little bit like that last season as well, and we muddled through. The rest of the team and the quality of the team carried us through. I don't know whether that was a reason enough when we're playing well to change the formation, but touch wood, and this is a wooden desk, it has worked for us so far. So I'm not against the fact that we've done it, because again, the build-up players look better. We are using two playmakers as well, which is normally what I'm not a big fan of. It has also involved Stoichers becoming a playmaker. He's not done too badly at that, actually. And the German playmaker we bought in the summer, he works as a deep line playmaker. He works as a holding midfielder. It's actually his better position, so it actually works for him more. And Veloso, he's got decent tackling. He's got the ability to play as a defensive midfielder. We just need to train him and keep giving him game time, and he will continue to get better. So we've got two really good options there. But my thinking now is if we commit to this formation going forward, then we have Navarro and we move Veloso to the advanced playmaker, the attacking midfield position behind the striker, and we bring in another playmaker. That's what I'm thinking in terms of long term. And then I think we're set, because Navarro's good at it, but Navarro, for being honest, is going to be the understudy to Veloso when we do that. And I'm okay with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. Speaking of nothing wrong with, I'm really happy with a half where we haven't conceded a goal against Arsenal, and where Furic has tested Ramsdale and won a corner at the end of the first half. I'm really happy with this first half and what the little that we've seen so far. Furic now with the corner. He has got a short option, doesn't take it, whips it in, looking for Salvador. He's floated it to the far post, and Ramsdale has to head it over. Good work from Salvador, who doesn't look like he's had a lot to go with. It's only been a few shots and none of them on target so far. Right, Furic again with a short option, takes it this time. Maria whips it in, looking for Bietic, and it's just over. Really unfortunate, but really, really good work from us in that first half. We ended up with a couple of shots on target. We're beating them XG, matching them on possession, matching them on passes completed. We're matching Arsenal here. It is at home, so, you know, that definitely helps us, but I am delighted with that as a first half. Now, we do need to tell you two that we're not happy with you. You need to step things up. Bietic also hasn't been great. He's actually been a really solid defensive midfielder for us, but today not so much. Ilic, we're going to tell him we're not happy with him as well. Herculano is marking Gabriel Jesus. I'm just going to double check that he is still on the pitch. He's not been subbed off as he is at the... Right. He was marking him. All of those have disappeared. Is he still marking him? Where did that... Oh, this game sometimes. Right. Mark him. But we've done well in the first half without it. So I wonder whether if we had it all set up... See, the weird thing is now it's set everything up the way that I had it set up with the multiple things. Oh, this game sometimes really confuses me. Goodness me. Well, we're not going to put you on that. I think we were going to press Tomori into his left foot. That's what I was doing. Oh, it's really annoying that this does this sometimes. Right. Weak foot for Odegaard is going to be his right foot, isn't it? Yeah, because he is left-footed. Right foot, and Kai Havertz, he is right-footed. Left-footed rather as well, so we'll do that. Right, well, we'll see whether that makes a difference. I don't know whether it will, because that was a very good first half without it, but let's go for it. Let's see what we can do, and we'll just keep an eye on if they make any substitutions, and if they do, we'll try and react accordingly. I'm going to demand more from the boys. It's been a really good performance from them, but I want us to push on, and I want us to see if we can get a win against Arsenal, even at home, is huge. It really is. I've also just realised I've not put this light on. Absolutely outrageous. What kind of amateur production is this, Stu? Come on now. 65 minutes in and we still haven't had a highlight up until now. Here we go. Furic on the ball, trying to whip it in, looking for Veloso, lurking on the edge of the box like a good roaming playmaker. Bietic with the shot. and it somehow gets deflected out for a corner. Really, really good work from the boys. Let me just move that across there. That's better. There we go. Not that it matters that much, but right, Furic with a corner. We've had a few of these, whipping it in. Tomiyasu heads it clear, and the highlight ends. So nothing going very well there. Right, substitute o'clock. Salvador's had a really poor game here, which is a bit of a surprise. We're going to bring Azon on, even though he's not been that good for us so far. Furic, I thought, has done okay, but apparently he's not. So we'll bring Braido on. And one of the sixes is going to come off. Ilic can't really because Miranda's injured at the moment, so it's Veloso or Bietic. I'm going to take Veloso off. Let's bring Litzkas. I keep getting his name wrong. We'll bring him on. Give him some minutes in a more natural position. He turns into a deep line playmaker as opposed to a roaming playmaker when he's in the defensive midfield spots. Let's give him the opportunity. Right, throw in. Right, Maria gets it back to Martinez. Litzkas, Martinez. Maria now trying to get across in. Martinez, Litzkas, Vandenberg. Heavy touch. He's still on the ball here, Vandenberg. He's gone for the shot and he's forced Ramsdale to make another save. How many chances are we going to get in this game? Goodness me. Right. Corner. Boedo to take. Oh my God, can you imagine? Right. Bietic was under it. Right, Maria. Litzkas. Is he going to hit a pile driver? No. He's going to try and get it to Herculano. Didn't really work. That's probably going to be the end of the highlight. And it is indeed. Right. Substitutions. Have they made any? They have not made a single substitution at 75 minutes. I'm a bit surprised at that. Right, Navarro is going to come off for Stoikers. And for my final trick, I mean, Bietic hasn't had the best of games, but neither has Herculano and Vandenberg. I'm going to go with fitness. Maria's had a decent game. I'm going to go with Bietic. I'm going to bring Ozcan on as my final trick. I'm going to go with that. And we'll see whether we can motivate them to make a difference. Stoikers is apparently absolutely ready for it. I mean, a draw against Arsenal is sensational, but a win would be so good. It really would be. But I would happily take a draw. Happily take a draw. I'll be a bit disappointed because we have been all over them, but I would take it. Right. Ivan loses the ball. Arsenal now on the ball. We intercept here. Right, Boedo now. Not got much pace, but he is trying to go around his man. He's trying to get the ball in. He gets it into Ivan. And Ivan, it's the story of his career here so far. He's not done very well for us in competitive games. And it is a corner, though. Right, Ozcan. He's got a short option at the moment. Is he going to take it? I think that is going to be Maria if he wants to take it up. We are deep into injury time. It's whipped into the box. Nothing doing here. It comes out to us. There's not any time left. And that is going to be full time. And that is a result as far as I'm concerned. 0-0 against Arsenal. Okay, it is at home. But I'll take that. I mean, Salvador was anonymous. I'd like Salvador to have ripped everything up there, to be honest with you. He's the kind of striker I was hoping would happen. But there you go. Azone is... I'm going to say his name so many different times. So many different ways. Azone is not necessarily playing very well for us. He's still looking for a goal. I'm going to say that to him. Wow. You're literally, your job here is to score a goal, Ivan. I do kind of want to threaten him. Okay. Well, it is what it is. Do you know what? He's been trash. I don't care whether we get rid of him. I genuinely don't. I'll go and get the guy who I wanted to get, who's at PSG on loan instead. Well, again, could have been a lot worse. Arsenal are a good team. We held our own against them. We did better than that, actually. We dominated them a little bit. I am very, very happy that we did not lose against them. It does mean we've only got one win in our first 3 games, but 2 of them have been draws. I mean, the Galatasaray one is a disappointing one. The rest of our fixtures in the Champions League are Porto, which is away from home. So that will be probably as difficult, if not a bit more difficult than the Arsenal game. We've got Mönchengladbach. It's away from home, but I think we should win that. Sassuolo at home. And then we've got Barcelona, because of course we do. And then Inter. Really, we need to be winning these 3 games. I don't think we can afford to drop points in these 3 games with those 2 as being the last games. So I think we need to focus really on them. I think we can probably agree on that. Right, we're going to come back for the Alaves game, and fingers crossed, we can get another win in La Liga. Okay, back for the league game against Alaves, and this is the 11 we're going to be using to hopefully get another 3 points in La Liga. It is Karnasecki in goal, Martinez, Vandenberg, Okoli and Ilic in defence, Litzkas and Bietic in the middle with Maria, Stoikers and Boedo supporting Salvador up front. Couple of things, I have moved Salvador to a complete forward. It is apparently his best position according to my assistant manager and according to this screen when you load it up. There you go, complete forward down there. So Let's give it a go. After the last couple of games actually, let's just give something a bit different a go, and let's just see what happens. Stoikers needs a bit of game time, so I'm just going to throw him in today. Litzkas comes in because of an injury to Veloso. He did also have food poisoning, but he's just about recovered in time for this game as well, which is delightful. So let's see how those few rotations do. Okoli is back in the 11 as well. We're giving Herculano a little bit of a rest. Fullbacks are the same as they always are, because they are our best fullbacks. Other than Miranda has got the ability to kind of really make a difference when he's in the side, if he's feeling like it. So let's see what we can do here against Alaves. Alaves are currently way down there in 17th. We should be winning this. Doesn't mean we will, but we should be winning this. Right. Kick off with us on the first highlight. Right, Martinez goes into Vandenberg. Vandenberg now looking to get it forward. Gets it to Litzkas. Litzkas to Maria. I'd like to see a bit more from Maria. He's training well at the moment, but he's not actually performing that well in the last few games. So a performance from him today would be good. I'd like to see one from Boedo as well. Boedo has been good. He did drop to 2-star. He's now back up to 2.5. So hopefully some good progression for him from this point onwards would be lovely. Right, Boedo now back to Ilic. Ilic chips it over to Boedo. Lovely stuff there. Boedo cuts it down into Stoikers. 1-0. Good for Stoikers as well to get a goal. Really, really nice to see him starting to adapt to that attacking midfield position. I mean, he is definitely a good attacking midfielder, but it's just nice to see him actually do good things in that role. And he has done since we've moved to the new system, actually. And he's adapted as a playmaker because we've used him mainly as a Mazzala or a striker. So playmaker's a little bit different. He's got the attributes to do a decent job there, and he showed that there, I think. And Boedo gets an assist, which is even better for me. Really happy with that. 1-0. Dave just had an injury as well, Vincente. We actually did target him with some heavy tackling. I don't know whether the game saved it, but we did target him with heavy tackling, so it looks like that has worked. Right, another highlight. Martinez gets the Litzkas back to Martinez here. Into Bietic, into Maria. We managed to get away with some kind of ambitious passing there. That was a heck of a shot, but it does graze the top of the net and goes over, and we don't get anything from it. I would have quite liked us to actually build up a bit more there, but you can't have everything. Salvador hasn't really done a lot in this game, but it's certainly not got a terrible rating so far, but it is early days. Right, it's a free kick to Alaves. They're going to try and build from the back here, which, as they're so low down, I don't know if I'll be doing that. I think I'll just be trying to lump it forward, but they are going to try. They're going to probably prove me wrong by scoring now as well, which is always the way. Grossabel, Guevara into him, and there's the goal. There you are. Equaliser. Could be offside. Flags up over here. I think that is going to be offside, so I think we've gotten away with that. But I'm very aware that we've gotten away with it. It's not anything that we can be proud of, because we did just let them go through us there. But it is still only 1-0 to us. I'm going to demand a bit more from the boys. We've got a little bit complacent. Let's just push on a little bit more, and let's see whether we can get a second, because we don't want them to creep back into the game because of a bit of laziness on our part and a bit of continental hangover. We don't really want that. I love how our players are just pressing them here and just kind of limiting the options they've got. And they have to do that, and they make a mistake. Boedo now with the ball. He's come really far inside here. He's gone for the shot. He's put it wide. Bit disappointed with Boedo there. I would have liked to see him actually make something more of that with a pass. But I don't blame him. He was inside. He came into the middle. Thought he'd have a crack. Why not? I'll give him that. I'll let him have that. And at half-time, it is 1-0, which is good. But I'd like to see more. Again, I'd like to see more from Salvador. I'd like to see more from Maria. I'm going to tell them they've not been good enough. I'm going to tell Vandenberg and Martinez they've not been good enough. Everyone else I'm going to leave. And we're just going to go into second half, and we're going to demand a bit more. I want to see Stoikers and Litzkas looking for Salvador a little bit more, because at the moment they're not really. They're kind of just going for everything. So Salvador, the problem with him in complete forward is that he's not in the box probably as much. He's drifting around, but I haven't seen him on the ball as much in this game. I'd like to see him a little bit more in the highlights. Maybe we'll get that in this highlight here. Right, we do actually give possession up here, though, so we do need to try and get possession back. Fujimoto just goes past his man there, and he has a very, very decent opportunity, and Karnasechi ends up maybe getting a bit lucky there that he hasn't had to deal with it too much. Going to demand more from the boys, and it is around that time of substitutions, but we will let this highlight play out. Right, Martinez, looking for some options, gets it to Stoikers, back to Martinez. Martinez, we can whip it in. Salvador is good in the air. He's actually looking for Boedo. No, Salvador is there, hits the post, and gets very unlucky with the opportunity. Ball comes out to Ilic, and the highlight does end up finishing without anything happening. Right, Litzkas has got a bit of a knock, which is a bit disappointing. I don't actually have anyone else who can be a defensive playmaker. Ozcan will come on and do a job there. Not a brilliant job, but he'll do a job there. I'm sure he'll do it admirably. And then we'll take off Maria for Furic. We'll give Furic a few more minutes. He's had a couple of good games, but he's also had a couple of poor games as well. So let's give him a few minutes. I mean, no, do you know what? Let's not do that. We're going to bring Onyeka on. I need to give Onyeka some more minutes. Let's bring him on and give him a bit of time. And then I'll leave that for now. And then we've got our final 3 changes in a few more minutes' time. Right, let's just see if we can get a second goal. Second goal, and I'll be really, really happy with how we've done. A bit disappointed that we've only got the 1 goal against the team who are so far down in the league. And a bit disappointed we've not seen more from Salvador, although his rating is better than it has been in the last few games. So I don't necessarily know whether this has completely solved him. I don't think it has. But we might have an opportunity for him here. Maria looking for Salvador. Salvador went really, really... He didn't go around here, but he... Do you know what? I think that solved it for me. We're going to keep him on advanced forward. And the reason we are is because he held back a little bit. I don't really know why. But he wasn't doing that when he was playing as an advanced forward. So we're changing him back to an advanced forward. We gave it a go. It looked okay. We haven't seen a lot from him in the highlights. So I think we're going to change him back. Very, very early chance. Oh, what a mistake that is from the keeper. Salvador gets his goal. I'm happy with it. He's he's shown that he can be a poacher there. I'm not going to change into a poacher. But that was a horrendous mistake from Rui Silva. I feel for the keeper there. I really do. Oscan with the corner whips in. It's cleared out quite easily. Boedo's the one who ends up floating it back in. And the keeper just makes a hash of it. And Salvador's aware. And he's aware enough to get it between the sticks. And it's 2-0. It's very, very poor from our Alaves. Very poor from them. Very poor from their goalkeeper. I'd imagine the rest of the team are furious with him. Ilic has got a wild header there, which is very disappointing. I am going to probably take Ilic off in a minute because because of the injury to Miranda, played a lot of football. Okoli does well to kind of get the ball out there. But here come Alaves, and it's 2-1. It's offside. Flag is up again. They are not having any luck in this game. Poor Alaves. They're really not having any luck at all, are they? Right. I'm going to wait for this to come up at offside, and then, yeah, disallowed. Right, final changes. I'm going to take Salvador off. We'll give Azon another 10 minutes. See if we can get something going. Ilic can come off for Valentin Gomez. We'll give him a few minutes on the pitch. And then for my final trick, I'm thinking maybe Trilly. Maybe. We'll get him a few minutes at the end of the game as well. Sure, why not? Why not? We're 2-0 up. They've had a goal disallowed. We're comfortable. Let's just do that. I think that's the right thing to do. Let's see if we can get another goal, but I'll take 2-0. After a European game, a big European game against Arsenal, I'll take that all day long. It's not a bad pair of games at all, really. Drawing against a team who are better than us, and then beating a team we should be beating relatively comfortably. Again, I don't necessarily think we were at our best there, even though that suggests we were, but I'll take it. A win's a win at the end of the day, and it keeps us top, which is nuts that we've managed to get top so far. This is not going to last. Oh, boy, they've got 2 assists as well. What a turn up that was for him. It's not going to last. We are going to steadily get worse, but I'm okay with that, and I've accepted that. But I'll take what we've done right now. Right, after those results, when should we return? That is the question. I'm thinking maybe we don't leave it as long this time. I'm thinking maybe we skip November and we come back in December. And I'm thinking we come back before that big break. So I'm thinking maybe we do Atletico Madrid and Sassuolo. Yeah, I think that might be a good kind of area to come back in. So Madrid, Sassuolo, La Liga, Champions League. Let's see where we lie at that point in the Champions League campaign. See how we've done after playing like Barcelona and Sociedad, teams like that. Let's see how we're doing in the league as well at that point. Hopefully, we have managed to get past both Porto and Mönchengladbach. And that'll leave us in a decent position against Sassuolo. But that is all for the next video. So until then, thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed today's video, again, don't forget to leave a big like on the video for me. It's completely free to do so. And leave a subscribe as well, because you'll put a big smile on this face right here. I've been Stu. You guys have been awesome. And I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.